In times of COVID 19, you might have come across words like lockdown, quarantine, phobias, anxiety, and depression. Of course, yes, all of these impact your health, but mainly they have an effect on your mental health. Health is pivotal for the growth, development, and productivity of the society and is vital for a happy and healthy life anywhere in the world. Today, we let you know about the Mental Health Care Act 2017. Being a welfare state, our country plays a vital role in social inclusion and provides equal opportunity and participation. The Government of India ratified the United Nations Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities in 2007. The convention mandates the laws and rules governing the country to follow its recommendations. There was a grave need for the law, that is, the present existing law, to suit the changing times and for it to be in line with the convention. Hence, the legislature harmonized the national legislations. The preamble of the Mental Health Care Act aims to provide mental health care facilities and services for people with mental illness and to promote and fulfill the rights of such persons. The key terms of the Mental Health Care Act includes the definition of mental illness. Mental illness is a substantial disorder of thinking, mood, perception, orientation, or memory that grossly impairs judgment, behavior, capacity to recognize the reality, or ability to meet the ordinary demands of life. The Act also includes substance use disorder, specifically in the definition of mental illness itself. However, some of the phrases used in the definition, such as abuse, are not clear as the current classificatory system of mental illness does not have any diagnostic category termed abuse. Another important issue is the lack of clarity as to which categories of SUD, that is the substance use disorder, would be covered under the Mental Health Care Act. Few procedures which seem barbarian and clearly against the human rights are prohibited exclusively. A few of the procedures are electroconvulsive therapy for minors, sterilization of women or men when such sterilization is intended as a treatment for mental illness, chained in any manner or form whatsoever. Patients need to be aware that these procedures are forbidden and that they are not to be scared and come forth with the treatment with a positive attitude. Decriminalization of attempt of suicide. If we now look at the results of the National Mental Health Survey 2016, we can see that mental disorders contribute to the substantial disease burden in India. As per the study of National Mental Health Survey 2016, the prevalence of mental disorders is as follows. The current prevalence of common and severe mental disorders like mental morbidity. Mental morbidity generally refers to the incidence of both physical and psychological deterioration as a result of mental or psychological condition. Common mental disorders including depression, anxiety disorders, and substance use disorders are a huge burden affecting nearly 10% of the population. Now moving on to the main part of the Mental Health Care Act 2017 is the rights of persons with mental illness. Right to make an advance directive. The Act gives the right to the person with mental illness to make advance directive with respect to the way the person has to be treated and the way he shouldn't be treated in case of mental illness. Right to access healthcare services. The person with mental illness has the right to access the mental health care or services provided by the government. Right to free of cost healthcare services. The persons living below the poverty line and the persons who are homeless or destitute have a right to avail mental health care facilities and services for free of cost and no financial cost in government-run or government-funded institutions. Right to live in a community. Right to protection from cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment. Right not to be treated under prohibited treatment. Right to equality and non-discrimination. Right to information. Right to confidentiality. It is the right of every person with mental illness who has a right of their own confidentiality in matters of mental illness and treatments. Right to legal aid and complaint. right to access medical records, and right to personal contacts and communication. Now let's move on to a few government policies that have come up. National Mental Health Program. Its objectives include the ensuring of the availability and accessibility of minimum healthcare services and especially mental health care services in all foreseeable future. To encourage the application of mental health knowledge in general healthcare and social development. To promote community participation in the mental health service development. And also to enhance human resource in mental health subspecialties. The next program is the District Mental Health Program. Its objectives include to provide sustainable basic mental health services to the community and to integrate these services with other health services. Early detection and treatment of patients suffering with mental illness. To reduce the stigma of mental illness through public gathering. To treat and rehabilitate mental patients within the community. Now let's talk about a scheme known as Kiran, which has been started by the Union Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Thawar Chand Gehlot. Kiran is a toll-free helpline number for mental health rehabilitation. The objectives of this Kiran includes the aim to provide first aid, support to the early screening, distress management, psychological support, preventing deviant behaviors, mental well-being, psychological crisis management. Now, if we look at the entire act, the present healthcare system is inefficient and we suffer from a lack of infrastructure and professionals in the field of mental health care. Resultant of these causes, degraded quality of living and health care of the mentally ill is prevailing. The decriminalization of attempted suicide and the right to persons of mental illness are like the heart of the act, along with the concept of the advance directive and ban on all those treatments which are known to be inhuman gave these mentally ill people nightmares, and also trying to fix the system of institutions by enlisting them and making sure they work at the standards which are prescribed by the authorities of the act.